Hello everyone and welcome back. It's the fourth and final round of the 2025 Memorial Championship. We're down to the final 9 holes. We're at Vista del Camino. Anthony Barela is still out in front after he's played 9 holes, but the rest of the card is charging, and we're even keeping an eye on the likes of Eagle McMahon, Parker Welck, and others from the chase card. We'll see if we can have any spoilers. Anything's possible, but Parker, the long weekend, it's about to come to an end here, pal. What's in store?
I'm really looking forward to it. We got AB out in front, but we got guys charging, and we can't forget about Ricky. I've seen him go 10 under through the back 9 before. We are loving it. We're loving it. As we get to hole number 10, 651 feet. OB along the right side the entire way, as well as the left side. You're going to see guys throwing probably sidearm straight, try and land easy, nice and safe, avoid the trees, or maybe even a backhand over the path on the right.
Nice, easy, low-line drive. Textbook? Is that the right word?
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of guys trying to go huge on this hole, and it's really not necessary. You know, the hole's literally only 651 feet. You could break that in half and make it pretty easy for yourself.
And way too straight for Wysocki, and it's going to go out the left side, out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's not a fun spot to be. There are a bunch of smaller trees over there that can kind of affect your flight, so we'll see how tricky he gets there. Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
Okay, yeah.
Although in practice, Anthony has been throwing the backhand over the path pretty much all the way to the basket, giving himself a chance for an eagle putt.
Okay, I was just going to say, do you guys ever mess around with the rollers? I mean, I'm going to shout out Coda Hatfield from, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 years ago. Deuce this with a roller one year. Is that something you guys ever play around with when you're goofing off?
You know, maybe not rollers, but definitely the air shots. And I personally can't do it, but that's Anthony Barela. He can do it. So,
especially as those trees have come out on the right side, which makes this hole unrecognizable to many that haven't watched coverage maybe in 5 or 10 years. As Wysocki will give himself a chance to save par. Ten plays as the 3rd easiest hole on the course. Ezra breaking it down, like you said, making it look pretty easy, and crazy to think just how short of a pitch shot that really was for Barela. He came up a little short, but nonetheless, not a lot left.
There we go. Can we get some raptor legs?
Maybe not for a scramble, but nonetheless, his putter has looked pretty good with the exception of the previous hole. Other than that, Rick's putters looked great. A number of circle 2 connections.
Just go same time, guys. Come on.
Yeah, a little standoff here. Wow, so even after the out of bounds, Rick takes the par and then 3 birdies by the rest of the card. Very impressive work as we head over to the 11th.
759 feet, but this hole is super tricky. Your first shot, they're probably going to be throwing a hyzer out to the right, landing to about this shaded area, and then either some sort of maybe mid-range shot through the gap, or most likely a hyzer over everything if you don't have that mid-range shot. There's that OB path on the right and OB path on the left, so pretty scary hole. And that's a pretty shot. You do want to land on the right side just so you can get that wide open gap on the right. But that makes your tee shot pretty scary. leaving it over the out of bounds the whole way.
And, of course, it's very dry out here. I think undergoing one of the more significant droughts that you guys have seen in a number of years. But it is, on this hole, really interesting to see the ones that get a big, flare as they come in and skip versus the ones that check up. It's a very fine line on this particular drive as to what you're going to get.
Yeah, and I think these guys do a great job of throwing it high enough to where you're not going to be getting that giant flare skip. Because if you throw it just a slightly lower, that's when the giant flares come, and they'll be skipping straight over into that path area on the left. So
rate this particular drive. Is this a 10 out of 10 of where you'd want to be? Is this an 8 out of 10?
It's pretty close. I would say it's probably an 8 out of 10. I think you definitely want to be maybe just a little more right. But, I mean, we saw him do that yesterday as well. Pretty much the same. He made it look easy.
AB on the left side of the fairway, so he's coming in with more angle. And he's going to launch it way up.
And there is something scary about that Hyzerline. There's that palm tree, that lone palm tree up to the right, and it's like perfectly in line with these Hyzers are coming in.
Ezra with just the right amount of movement there. Wysocki to throw. That's wide. And it doesn't come back into frame because it actually hits the right side of the palm, and he's out of bounds early. So taking it way back here. Rick's made so many good putts, but then also so many just crazy mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, hitting that palm, I don't know if that's considered really too much of a mistake. That's kind of just
you said it's right in the way.
Unlucky. It is right in the way, but
yeah, that's fair. Full routine.
I mean, every stroke matters right now, and he knows it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Anthony not taking anything for granted. We know how bad he wants to win this event for his first time. Ezra has just, for a moment had pulled within 2 of them, but will remain 3 back ultimately. And Gannon also 3 back. So Wysocki's first blemish as he picks up the bogey. They'll head over to the next one. Resistance Disc has been a big supporter this weekend. Make sure you go out and use the code dgguy, those 5 letters, just dgguy. Get yourself a sweet discount over at resistancedisc.com. And now let's take a look at 12.
It's 427 feet, and kind of all there is to it is you just can't land short, and you can't kind of flare out left. If you land short, you're going to have to go to the drop zone, and it's not an easy drop zone. So we're hoping these guys are going to swing it out right and kind of have it swing all the way back towards the pin.
Pretty much like that.
Yeah, that was perfect. He's 15, 20 feet from there. Little to the right. That's going to be a very scary putt for Ezra.
You called it. You can't be short. However, if you put too much on it, it may also take away your putt from long range. Just dealing with that one tree that's way back there and some low-hanging branches as Rick finds himself in good position.
Very good bid. If he airballs that putt, it is out of bounds 9 out of 10 times. He wants this tournament. Good on him.
Same danger to be said about Barela. And you got to hold your breath for a second as that barely stays safe.
I don't think he had his mind up on whether or not he was running that.
And Rick off the right side. Everyone leaving the opportunity for Gannon to pick up a stroke. This is for outright second place positioning as he's trying to get to 37. Pulls within 2 of Barela.
You can't do that. That's a mental error right there for Anthony. There is the gallery back there, and a lot of people are moving. They're expecting everyone to make their pretty much tap-ins, so they're probably moving towards the next hole. It is a long walk, so maybe they just started moving when AB was putting. But
yeah, it could be something like that. Could be also just feeling the overall pressure, knowing he's come in with this sizable lead, and Gannon seems to be doing everything right at the moment, and he's feeling some of it. A 2-stroke swing in Gannon's favor, and AB is only up by 1 as we head to the 13th.
This one's tricky. 405 feet. I don't think we're going to see a lot of birdies on this one. But when the birdies come, they're taking the giant hyzer over the top and having it spike right in next to the green and hopefully not push into the water. But there is that Mando on the left side. A lot of people are going to be going up the middle to play it safe, but I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of these hyzers. You really can't do much better than that. You hang it out wider and those trees kind of come into play and they'll drop you and potentially throw you in the water.
Very similar looking shot coming in. And even after a skip, still going to land inbounds. Wysocki's going to land in similar territory as well. Seems to be a common collection point. I mean, it says 405 to the pin. What's the effective power you and the rest of this cart is throwing to take that route?
Very hard. I think these guys are probably throwing pretty much their full power. They're trying to get it extremely high. Ezra, another mistake there. I can't blame Ezra for going for that putt. I think I would like to see him miss high, if anything. He's at the point where he needs to just attack, 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 so leaving it low like that is a little bit of a mistake for him.
And Gannon will momentarily knot things up with Barela, who still has his birdie luck. Couple of bonus birdies.
Yeah, he has to get down in there because there is a little bit of a flat area right below that, so he has to play from down there. It's from the water's edge, like they were saying.
Yeah, depending on exactly where you are, it's close as to if there's a full meter of actual land to throw from or not. And it could really come in just a matter of inches one way or another as to if you can step up or not. And it looks like It looks like they're giving him enough room to get at least a foot up there, maybe even both. A little bit of a balancing act all at the same time, right?
Yeah, I mean, when something like this happens, you got to watch for him falling forward, but
Great balance.
he works out, I think, maybe. I don't know.
Does he? I haven't seen him at the gym. Now, I don't know if that's him or me, but I haven't seen him there. It's kind of weird. And we'll head on to the 14th.
605 feet. I like to think of this one as one of the easier holes. I think for these guys, they're either going to be going straight up the middle with a fairway, landing right here where the shade is, and then from there, it's just an easy putter up shot towards the pin. We did see Gannon take a 3-putt, I believe, yesterday, so I know he's looking to improve here. Right in that perfect collection zone, he'll have nothing in the way towards the basket.
And what I love about that spot, as you're just saying, that gives him all the options. Whether he wants to go forehand, whether he wants to go backhand, it really doesn't matter. He won't have anything to deal with. So it's great when you're not pinched off to the left or to the right and you're forced to go one way or another. Setting yourself up where he is will be great. And Wysocki pulls this again. What is going on? We saw the forehand pulled off to the left on hole 10, and now we're seeing a backhand pulled. Gotta wonder if Wysocki's feeling a little fear of his brother's score, knowing that his brother was within striking distance, and he said he could never live it down if his brother beats him. But nobody's beating the approach that we just see from Barela there. Every mistake he's made, he then follows up and somehow covers it up. It's been so impressive. He's one of the best scramblers in the world for a reason, I guess.
I think he's literally number one.
Yes.
So,
but that means you have to throw some bad shots once in a while.
Yep, yes,
right?
it does.
So is that the title you want is the real question.
oh, this looks very loose. It needs to get down. There is an OB line.
Wow,
Right.
so we just talked up how easy of a shot that is, and you see Gannon leaving a little meat on the bone. This is circle 2 yet. Doesn't matter. Is that redemption from yesterday's 3-putt?
Yeah, I mean, if he's anything like me, I think of the baskets. You know, if I pull on a certain basket, if I 3-putt, you know, it's just I'm thinking about that. So good on him to get back into it, and it looked like he just hearted it there.
Great concentration. Ezra collects himself after a moment. It's a little better grip, ready to go. Wysocki is still going to walk away with a par. And the rest of the card will pick up birdies. And if you can't make it to Massachusetts this weekend, March 1st and 2nd is when they'll be having their first ever South Edition taking place down in Texas. make sure you head on over to the website. The link is in the description. Go out and buy your tickets and tell them the Disc Golf Guy sent you. It's awesome to see that taking place as we saw the preview here on hole 15, a par 4 at 741 feet. There's some danger here.
Yeah, I wonder what the mindset going into this is for these guys. I mean, Gannon looks like he's throwing down a giant roller to get as far as possible to get that birdie, because the further you go, the more open it gets. And that spot right there looks to be pretty dang good. The only issue with going up towards that fence is not being able to swing your arm properly.
Very workable position there for Barela.
You guys are throwing in on me. I'm just trying to do my work from the drop zone up there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. We started like 25 minutes after you. What's taking so long?
We caught the group in front of us. Just kind of a bit of a backup. And from there, I missed the Mando, and I didn't know where the drop zone was, so we were searching for a while.
Okay. Well, Wysocki puts himself in the center of the fairway.
Got to be thinking, throw it hard and get a big skip. A little too hard.
Yeah, that is a unique position to be in, is way off on that right side, it looks like. And maybe exactly what you're talking about. Ezra concerned about his hand in that fence and then not getting the release he was looking for, or the right angle anyway. Oh, Ricky's gone deep and over the sidewalk, which is going to be out of bounds.
Just a terrible break. That looked like a fantastic shot. It looked like it landed in between the basket and that tree there. It's just that hard-packed dirt, or maybe the angle was just barely off coming in, or hit a root or something, but can't really control that.
Gannon will be closest to the pin.
Now you can kind of see a little bit what I was talking about on hole 12 with the spectators just micro-moving. Solid bid on the pole, but I think he was wanting that to lift up in the headwind. That's probably why he was kicking up that dirt.
Yeah, just not often we see players that far right, pin high. And I was surprised to have that much of an open look to the pin. He's not able to convert, so it looks like a par. And Wysocki will save a par. So another mistake covered up by a big Wysocki putt. AB will collect the par, but that means Gannon is just this putt away from officially tying it up with just 3 holes left to play. You see the fist pump. He knows exactly where things are at. As of now, erasing the 4-stroke deficit he came into the final round with. Unbelievable action here. Just 3 left to go.
And hole 16's a very, very sketchy hole. With that hillside and the basket being on it, you see so many rollaways. It always brings me back to that Nico LaCastro hole when he took a giant number, always just hitting chains, rolling OB, hitting the cage, rolling OB. I really hope we don't see that now, but it's always in play.
The skip's not the problem. Does it stay?
That's going to roll.
It rolls out of bounds, but then rolls back in.
What a roller coaster of emotions. I think if that rolls out of bounds, Gannon's kind of thinking it's over.
Unbelievable. Gannon is inbounds. Barela, who parked this yesterday, has to answer.
No.
Off the tree and barely out of bounds. Circles edge for Aderhold. Has a chance to roll, but it doesn't.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I was just thinking, what a turn of events. You're obviously thinking when Gannon throws that shot, we see it roll, rolling toward the OB, likely going to go out of bounds, ends up staying inbounds, and then you watch a great shot by AB that just kicks hard left and is out just by an inch or two. Huge putt coming for Barela.
He knows what that means. He's got 2 more holes, and anything can happen here for Gannon. But I think if Gannon makes this putt, we're pretty much done.
Yeah, there's water and OB on each of the next 2 holes, so certainly 2-stroke swings could happen, but... Oh no, Gannon doesn't get it to drop. A good bid.
And that could have rolled. He is very fortunate for that to sit underneath the basket.
Solid birdie by Aderhold. Right now, not really thinking first is still a possibility, but looking for a strong podium finish.
I think after watching Gannon's missed putt, Anthony knows there's still a chance. Like you said, you got 2 two-stroke swing holes coming up, both island greens, with drop zones that aren't too friendly. He just has to put this in.
So the damage is just 1 stroke given up to Gannon, but Gannon is your new outright leader with 2 to play. And Rick picks up the birdie from short range with no problem. Better than he picks up his mini, at least.
Yeah. We've been training at his house, picking up minis.
Could be a whole series for the mini pickup as we head to hole 17.
243 feet. It should be pretty routine for these guys, although there's a lot of pressure added onto them. That backside of the green where the rocks are seems to be some sort of catching device for all the shots that are coming in on Hyzer. They seem to want to just roll, and that's the spot where they end up.
Ezra will have the honors.
Very close, but inbounds. He'll take his meter off that wall and hopefully get that birdie. I like this line. Oh,
come on, get in already. Now sit down.
No. Wall protector, please. Okay, good. When stuff like that happens and it ends up going out of bounds, it is just not fun to watch. Gannon needs this to stick.
A little roll, and it checks up. I've been calling for an ace on 17 for a few years now. Barela needs it.
Great shot.
You have to settle for closest to the pin. Rick just not in scramble mode apparently there.
Yeah.
So he doesn't convert that one. Gotta send some additional love and shout out to my friends over at First Light who make all of my coverage in Arizona even possible. Dan, Robin, and Boyd. Couldn't do it without your support. I appreciate all of you, along with the event sponsors and supporters. And what a weekend it's been. Will we see extra holes in a playoff fashion like Gannon's had to do in the past? Or will it end on the 18th? I'm ready for this, Parker. What are they looking at?
330 feet of danger. A lot of people are just going to throw straight up the middle here or a giant spike hyzer around that giant tree on the right. Water left and short, of course, along with the OB line long and around the back side of the pin. Little bit of headwind here, so I think they're going to be throwing a little bit more stable.
Also throwing directly into the sunlight. Doesn't matter for Aderhold, who had a nasty rollaway here with his putt yesterday. Looking to rectify that. So Gannon looking to close things out here. Needs to stick it. On the green.
That is a tester. I think if Anthony gets this close, it's going to be a knee knocker for Gannon. Let's see if he's got that clutch. I think the headwind got it. Looked it a little too much and...
Oh, no.
Out of bounds.
Wow, taking all pressure off, which essentially means Gannon's got this wrapped up. That is the end of Anthony's run. Wysocki putting it right next to the pin. Even if Anthony were to put this in, which is a long bid, it still only gives him a par. And albeit an impressive weekend, it's not enough as Gannon Buhr becomes your three-time Memorial champion. Somebody said it. You can't stop him.
That is some incredible disc golf to come out here, maybe a little rusty, and beat Anthony Barela and Ricky Wysocki. That is huge. Hopefully we see more of Gannon this year and try and beat what he did last year.
It's been incredible. AB will have to come back next year to give it his go as Keith will slide in, your tournament director.
Gentlemen, your three-time Memorial champion, Gannon Buhr.
And with that, Parker, any final thoughts?
Thank you to all you guys sending those nice comments on YouTube. I see everything. Love everyone that came out to spectate. Appreciate all of you guys, and thank you to Terry Miller for covering this tournament.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Parker. Everyone appreciates it. And I'm going to catch up with Gannon Buhr, your champion here at the Memorial. I'm the disc golf guy, and that was my video blog. This feels a little like deja vu. Gannon, we're here, and you are now a three-time consecutive Memorial winner. How does that feel?
Yeah, crazy that I've gone undefeated at this event, and you know, it feels so good to get the win after, you know, I was down 4 strokes. I knew, you know, I've come back from bigger deficits before, but it felt amazing, and I stuck to my game plan. I think that was a big thing for me, and I knew it was time that eventually I'm going to get one round where I play everything pretty clean.
When I saw you on Wednesday, the day before the tournament, we were out here just a few hundred feet away, and you said, oh, I might be a little rusty and I might get off to a slow start, but you're going to warm up as the weekend went on. Was that just you calling your shot early?
That's exactly what happened. I knew that's how it goes. You know, the first couple rounds of competition, you know, you're going to feel rusty. I actually switched my putting for the final round. Usually I have 2 hands on the putter. I only did 1 for the final round, and I was just working with my putt. And you know, it's kind of crazy how it works. You know, after my round yesterday, I stayed a little bit after, and I did some putts here on hole 18's basket, and you know, I knew if I put that extra work in, that maybe it's going to give me that edge, and that's exactly what happened today. And you know, obviously hats off to AB, played a great tournament. But yeah, just so blessed to be here. I thank you, everybody who came out. Thanks for Terry for filming this event. As always, it's great coverage. People love it. So I appreciate you being out here. And yeah, I'm not sure the future of the memorial, but if it happens again, I will be here.
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. Hope everybody's enjoying the action. However, this might be the last time we see this course in this particular format and this style and this layout. What does it mean to you to know that maybe you won one of the last big tournaments here on this course in this format?
Yeah, it's pretty historic, man. The Memorial is one of the OG tournaments, especially when I was just getting into disc golf. The Memorial was a very big event, obviously on the tour, and it slowly got phased out, but I feel like it was kind of making a comeback these last couple of years. With the, I'm coming. Ricky played this year. AB, as always, we've had Adam Hammis here, and so it sets up for some great disc golf. Ezra as well, Parker Welck, all those guys. Yeah, I'd shout out to them. They have to push me to be the best that I can be, or I probably wouldn't be here. And yeah, just so happy to have the win, and the stress is over, and now I can go back home to Iowa tomorrow. It's going to be, I think it was -20 wind chill today, so not looking forward to it, but got the first win in for the year, and to win them all, you got to win the first one.
You certainly do, and that is a lofty goal. Somehow, we'll see if you can possibly have a better season than what you did in 2024. I know that's tough to do or even possibly consider at this moment. I'm going to give you one last time, shout out any sponsors, anyone else you want to recognize before I let you go.
Yeah, I got a couple shout outs. Obviously my sponsors, Discmania, Squatch, Titan Disc Golf Des Moines, my caddy Matt Schlebach. He also got his win in MA40, so he's now back-to-back MA40 champion here. He had a 4-stroke deficit, came back and won, and I did the same thing, so it's pretty cool. And he's always out there supporting me. He did some live streaming for the folks out at home. And then I have to huge shout out to Ricky, man. I mean, we had such a fun week at Ricky's house. I mean, he's such a great guy. Every single day I rode with him to the course, and we'd go stop by somewhere and get some food, and just the fact that he is able to host us is just such an amazing person. And go support Ricky as well. So I love that guy.
All right, well, Gannon Buhr, the 3-time champion here at the Memorial, as he said, undefeated, which is so impressive for what he's done. Big thanks to everyone over at Spinners on the Green and Discraft, our presenting sponsor here for the weekend, along with my camera crew and everyone else that's been supporting. One last time, Gannon Buhr, your champ in Arizona.
See you guys.